He needs some milk.
Dumbass motherfucker.
I'm bringing y'all a story time for the first video of the day, man. The first video of this channel. Thank y'all for coming by, man. Thank y'all for swinging by. It's your man Stav got range. This 2K16 footage, man, we met up with Kyrie. This wasn't the real Kyrie, of course, but I swear to God, man, if y'all seen the introduction and the dances he did, it'll be a more close-up, you know, perspective of his face, and it'll look just like Kyrie, man. I swear it looked just like Kyrie. But anyways, Kyrie in this game, he put up a real fight. We killed him in the park, though. We came back with a W. We had to come back with a W, man. Me and Famous K, we don't play, man. We don't play, man. We don't play. We always come out with the W. But make sure you go ahead to the right side of my channel, subscribe to Famous K, She Loves J, and Numb Colors. They're my brothers, man. There'll be a list of 3 specific channels you should subscribe to. They're my brothers, man. That's gang right there. Go ahead and subscribe to them. I know them in person. We all went to the same elementary school. Look at Kyrie dropping shots, man. We still won, though. Anyways, I got a story time for y'all, man. I had to do it with the story time. This is the story about how I almost got arrested, pretty much. The cops got called on me. This was the first day of spring break. I was about to cry, man. I was about to bawl my eyes out, man. I was about to cry because my break was about to be ruined. But this was like 4 years ago. Let's get into this, you know, like, this is about 4 years ago, or 4 or 5. I always get this mixed up and confused. It feels like 7th or 8th grade. But I want to lean towards 8th grade more, so we just gonna stick with that. 8th grade, first day of spring break had to be like March 3rd. I'm actually on point with that. It was March 3rd. And I went over my cousin's house. So I always be going over my cousin's house. Like, you know, that was my closest cousin at the time. He in the same age range as me. He's really a year younger than me. So that was like the closest cousin I ever had. But I always went over his house before that, you know, prior to them, and like I always went over there like afterwards. So that was like my closest cousin. I bonded with him a lot. That's like blood, man. That's like my blood family over there. So I be going over there to like chill. His family be hooking it up for real, like the food, man. I be going over there for that. We African, man. We like African American. We black. I'm proud to say that. First of all, you know, Black Lives Matter. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But anyways, you know, like, we black, man. We African. Like, they family be hooking up real African or black soul food, just in general. Like, they be hooking up the jerk chicken, man, the food, all that stuff, man. And I swear, that stuff good, man. So I'm proud to say that. But anyways, I be going over there for that dinner stuff. I be going over there for basketball in the backyard or a local court nearby. I be going over there to play the Xbox 360 and the PS3 because that's what he had at that time. I be going over there. He had a trampoline in his backyard at one point, but the setting of this, you know, story is like his house is in the ghetto. So of course, you know, eventually the cops are gonna get called on. Us for what we were suspicious of doing, so that we gonna get into that later. But anyways, I went over there this day to specifically play basketball in his backyard, or just chill over there, do all, you know, pretty much do everything I just named that he has over there in that one, you know, in that one sentence. That's what I pretty much do all the time over there. So I went over there and we just, at one event, we were just playing basketball in his backyard. So when we were playing basketball in his backyard, he had actually invited his friend over. Now, I knew of this friend before. He actually invited him over a couple times, and I knew of him. He eventually became my friend just by hanging out with him more often and him being invited over. So his friend brought a toy, like a so-called toy in quotation marks, man, because I saw him walk in, I saw him enter the backyard, like, what the hell this dude got in his hand? He had a bow and arrow, but it wasn't just like some specific kind of toy that's like, not no little soft little plush bow and arrow toy. This stuff was like a for real toy, like a for real dangerous deadly weapon, man. I promise you, when we put this thing to action, this thing turned into a caliber, man. It turned into some type of Mac 11 or a Uzi, man. It just turned deadly for real in a matter of 5 seconds, man. Anyways, we wanted to get out of the surrounding area of the backyard, or the aura of the backyard, so we wouldn't break any windows that could be in the backyard or break anything specifically nearby a house. Hence that we always break something,
Dumbass motherfucker.
Or on a house at least. Once we move into this vacant lot. So we moved into this vacant lot to play with the bow and arrow, and the vacant lot is separated. There's my cousin's house, and in the middle there's a vacant house, and on the left side of that vacant house is a vacant lot. So we actually went to this vacant lot. It's pretty much just all grassland, but on the side is this vacant house. So what we did was we were playing with this bow and arrow. We lost a couple arrows just by shooting them specifically. This wasn't no like type of original bow and arrow. This is like a for real bow and arrow that like you don't even have to pull the string back to release the arrow. You gotta pull a trigger. Like I'm for real. That could be, you know, revamped into a VMP from Black Ops 3, man. That thing could be revamped into some Mac 11, man. I promise y'all. But anyways, man, we went into this vacant lot. We had eventually lost some by playing with the bow and arrow. I wasn't really playing with it, to be honest. I was actually sitting back because I knew, like, being in that area, like I said, we were in the ghetto. I knew being in the area, playing with that bow and arrow wasn't the safest idea. Looking from other people claim like, nah, the cops got called on us because like other people claimed that we were aiming the bow and arrow at us, but that was like, that's something else. But specifically, this story focuses around how the cops were calling us because we had actually, you know, there's some things that can happen on accident and some things that can happen on purpose. We had purposely shot this arrow into a window screen, so it got stuck into the netting plastic of a window of this vacant house, and we had actually tried to get it out because, you know, we just wanted to try and see what would it do. We were curious to see what would it do to the window, so we tried to get it out. But there was this former officer, it's a lady, man. She was on the other side of the street in her window watching us, and she had claimed that we were trying to break into the window. Now, like I said, I wasn't really playing with it, so I was just sitting back. I would have been guilty by association, which is what the cops told me, because I'm in the scene of what they were doing. You know, of course, they're gonna listen to the adult in this situation, and they're gonna listen to the adult, man. They're gonna say that the adult was right, and they believe that we were breaking into this house. But no, we were really trying to get this arrow out. But supposedly, like I said, on the other side of the street, this lady, this former officer, in her window, she claimed that we were breaking into the house. And that's probably what it looked like from her aspect, being across the street. Not too sure. She just wanted to, you know, start some stuff. But she was a former officer. She just wanted to get her money, get her payroll in, and all that stuff. Being a retired, whatever she is, man. She just told on us, man. She snitched on the gang. But anyways, man, when the cops pulled up, I tried to evade the scene, man. I tried to walk away smooth. And I had to my mom out because we needed an adult on the scene. So my mom looked like she was about to cry, man. I was about to cry too if I got arrested. But anyway, man, subscribe to the channel.